Well, good evening and welcome to PJs with PJ, Pajama Talks with Pastor Jeannie. And I think it's Tuesday today. I don't know about you all, but I feel like I'm just living in one perpetual Groundhog's Day. I have the same arguments with my family every day, and that's just kind of how it goes. And so I welcome those of you that are from my churches that are taking this in, and also those of you that maybe I haven't even met and have stopped by. So you are all welcome to join me for these little informal pajama talks. And some of you know I'm not really an animal person. And my husband forced a dog on me. Oh, we're almost to 2 years now, because it was in April when I was down at a seminary intensive, and we argued over the dog, if we were getting the dog, and the kids are showing me pictures of the cute little puppy and they're begging for the dog, and I'm saying no. And it was a particularly tough time for us. It was after my mother-in-law died, and we were taking it pretty hard. And finally my husband said, I've been doing some research, and house pets are really good for mental health, and the females in my house could use a boost. So here came Dee Dee. I call him Dee Dee Dum Dum. And I tolerate Dee Dee. He likes me better than I like him, but we do fine. And, he just about put me out of my mind when we first got him, trying to get him potty trained, because the kids were around and there was no routine. And finally I got them off to school that fall and had him potty trained 100% within a day or two. I don't know. But anyway, it was a piece of cake. And he always counts on me because when he greets me, the first thing he sees me and he's super, super, super excited and wild, I know that means he probably needs water and maybe food. So here we are during our, I don't want to call it house arrest, but our quality time at home with our families. And the dog starts rubbing his rump all over the carpet. And sometimes he's leaving a trail. And that's one of the reasons I didn't want a dog. So I'm getting kind of stressed about this. And then I can start to tell the dog's more and more uncomfortable. And I'm like, is he constipated? Does he have a blockage? What's going on? And so then I made the boys give him a bath the one night, because let me tell you, I'm not a big fan of dogs, and I think they stink. So I'm not going to be the one dealing with wet bath dog. Well, that didn't seem to help. And the next morning I take a peek and I'm like, it almost looks like you got something we can't get quite worked out there. Well, I may not like the dog, but I care about the dog. And so I put on a glove, which is pretty valuable these days, right? I'm saving these. I don't have very many. They're something I use for random cleaning and whatever. And I'm just hanging on to those buggers, because who knows if I'm going to have to care for a COVID person in my house, or who knows. Well, so I used one glove and I tried to help him out with what I thought the problem was. And that didn't seem to do any good. And I thought, oh man, he was looking so miserable at this point. I need to take him to the vet, which irritates me because I didn't want the dog, and here I'm the one that's hauling him to the vet. And Dr. Don, who I have known since my college days, we used to work in a lab together, and she knows how much I loved when I had to heat check the sheep, because I like sheep less than I like dogs. And I mean, I love dogs compared to cats. So you guys are learning a lot about me tonight. But anyway, so I took him in, and the dog's got diaper rash, basically, because he's getting poop stuck to his bummy. So now Dr. Don instructs me, I have to wipe my dog's butt. I thought my butt wiping days were over. And then she gave some super special spray for his little bubby that I'm supposed to use on him. And of course, I brought him home and I felt all sorry for him. So I've been taking good care of him. But what it did is cause me to be super irritated with my husband because he's the one that made me get the dog. And here I am, the one taking care of the dog. And the kids are sitting around and it's their dog. And then I just realized I was irritated with everybody in my house. And I got to thinking about my family like I think about the dog. Because, yeah, I'm not crazy about having the dog, but I don't hate the dog. And if the dog needs something, I take care of the dog. And so really, I'm putting the dog's needs ahead of my own preferences. And as my family continues to probably grate on my nerves, as I know I'm grating on theirs, it made me realize that I need to put them first. I need to meet their needs before I meet mine. Because in doing so, in serving them, I will find compassion, I will find joy, and I will be loving like Jesus taught me to love. And so I invite all of you, give yourself some grace for being irritated and irritated with those you love the most, but then also think about ways in which you could serve them, because we're all under this tension. And our children are stressed in ways that we don't really understand. And our spouses or our significant others, our partners, they are also carrying weights that they maybe haven't been able to share with us. And so I'm going to try to be nicer and have more of a servant heart with my own family. And I pray that I may inspire all of you to do the same. So anyway, let's pray. Oh, Holy God, I thank you for this time that I get to be with your people. And I thank you for showing me that it's on me to do the work, to love my family and others. And so, God, I ask you to pour into my life and into lives of others that would give us a heart that is not our own. Give us a heart that is of Jesus Christ, so that we can go and serve and love others as you would have us to do. In the holy and saving name of the one that we will celebrate the resurrection of on Easter Sunday. Amen.